The 2016 to 2018 Triumph Bonneville T120 T120 Black. Triumph carries the Bonneville name into a new generation with the Bonneville T120 and T120 Black. Such a classic name deserves to be treated with dignity, with a certain amount of retro appeal, and the factory took extraordinary steps to keep this ride as old school as possible. The designers didn't go too far, though. A modern mill cranks out 80 ponies and over 77 pounds of grunt under a ride by wire throttle and traction control. A modern ride through and through, but with a very definite, and dated, curb appeal. Triumph Bonneville T120 design. As for the looks of the drivetrain, I gotta say Trumpet delivered pure sex on two wheels. Folks, this here is one acorn that didn't fall far from the tree. At a glance one can see shades of the original Bonnie, circa 1959, in the shape of the front fender and fork gaiters, the bench seat, and even the frame geometry on the T120. Granted, the new T120s aren't likely to fool anyone, but it's more of a tribute piece than an actual replica, after all. What we wind up with is a classy cruiser with an unmistakable Britishness about it. A round headlight can and dual-clock instrumentation keeps things clean at the steering head, with bars that run just enough rise to not qualify as drag bars. Tall mirror standoffs are as unattractive as ever, but there's always the aftermarket, and both of these Bonnie brethren scream out for bar-end mirrors. The classic tank shape, with its padded indents and badging, fits the dated look nicely, and even the flange construction isn't enough to cheapen the panache. From the curve of the tank, the flylines flatten out over the bench seat before tumbling down the sweep of the rear fender. A compact tail lamp housing and standoff turn signals over a tag holder are the only things cluttering up the rear fender. As for the looks of the drivetrain, I gotta say Trumpet delivered pure sex on two wheels. Though it's obviously a liquid-cooled engine, functional cooling fins lend it a classic look while carrying away a certain amount of waste heat. Naturally, Trumpet had to use fuel injection to meet performance and emissions demands, but the designers, blessed be thy name, built throttle bodies that look like the old-fashioned, mechanical slide carburetors used back in the day. As much as I loathe liquid cooling on cruisers, the blackout radiator does a good job of making itself inconspicuous on both models, but especially on the blackout version. There ya have it, folks. I, for one, am pleased with the looks of the thing, so let's check out the nuts and bolts. Triumph Bonneville T120 chassis. Although the bike weighs in at just 6 pounds shy of a quarter-ton dry, the steering geometry gives us some pretty decent cornering capabilities. Tubular steel members make up the double downtube, double cradle frame on the T120 for a time-tested foundation. The 25.5-degree steering head keeps the front wheel nice and tight with a compact 56.9-inch wheelbase and 4.1 inches of trail. Although the bike weighs in at just 6 pounds shy of a quarter-ton dry, these steering figures give us some pretty decent cornering capabilities for a cruiser. A yoke-style swing arm articulates the rear wheel with a pair of preload adjustable, coil-over Kayaba shocks to tame the motion. The 41mm front forks also come courtesy of Kayaba, and while they have the same 4.72 inches of travel at the axle, the front stems come with no adjustments whatsoever. Fully loaded with fuel plus rider, the Bonnie range can get free.
To read the full article, check the link in the description. If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.